Hey everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. As always, we're just going to hit the highlights, but if you'd like to see the full list of everything coming out for this upcoming week, all you have to do is head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, look for the upcoming releases link, click on that, and you'll see a PDF with everything there is coming out on this upcoming week. But for now, though, let's take a look at some of the new releases and highlight reissues scheduled for release on Friday, the 23rd of May, 2025. Kicking things off this week with some very cool blues, something new from TajMo and TajMo, together known as TajMo. This is called Room on the Porch. Our description says that TajMo and TajMo, two generations of American blues masters, reunite to release their second album together. This following their Grammy Award-winning album TajMo back in 2017. This historical collaboration between two blues giants converges their extraordinary talents for an album of original songs and covers. In this 10-song set, the title track features award-winning singer-songwriter Ruby Amfanu. Black vinyl only on this one. Room on the Porch, brand new stuff from TajMo and TajMo, together known as TajMo. $26 is the suggested list price on that one. Also on the blues front, we've got something called Death Roll Blues coming from the artist The Curse of K.K. Hammond. Our description says it's time to take a deep dive into the dimmest depths of the swamp where Southern Gothic horror and slide guitar come together in an unholy matrimony. K.K. Hammond is a slide guitar playing songstress living in the backwoods of the UK. She takes her influence from the Delta blues players of the 1930s, the roots music of Appalachia, and its ancestors, fusing the vibe of the swamp with a sprinkle of Southern Gothic horror. KK writes traditionally inspired roots music, but twists it into her own unique way for an untapped sound that appeals to contemporary music listeners as well as classic blues fans. That sounds like one heck of a description for one heck of a blues artist. This looks very interesting. Death Roll Blues by The Curse of K.K. Hammond. This one coming on ogre green with frosted clear splatter vinyl. They're even making the vinyl look cool. So this could be a very fun one. I have to listen to this online to see how that description plays out. $33 is the suggested list price here. After 15 years, we're getting something brand new from the group Stereolab. This is called Instant Holograms on Metal Film. As mentioned, this is the first new Stereolab album in 15 years, featuring 13 new studio recordings. The last one of theirs, by the way, was Not Music, which was released way back in 2010. Two variations of this. We've got a black vinyl version, double LP. $35 is the suggested list price on that. And then we have, it's not even an indie exclusive, it's just a clear vinyl double LP version of Instant Holograms on Metal Film, new stuff from Stereolab. The clear vinyl version coming in at $38 on the suggested retail price. And speaking of a group that has really been making odd music for a long time, here's something brand new from Sparks. This is called Mad. Our description says that brothers Ron and Russell Mael, better known as Sparks, are back with their 28th album entitled Mad, their first release with the Transgressive Records label. The description goes on to say that most acts by their 7th decade, 7 decades in the business, would have slowed to a crawl, creakily playing their past hits on the Heritage Circuit and releasing nothing more than the occasional greatest hits collection. But that is not the case for Sparks, who have triumphantly returned yet again, proving their resilience and relevance in a modern world with a fresh record and a summer world tour to accompany it. Brand new stuff from Sparks. This is called Mad with a little exclamation point on there. $27 is the suggested list price for the single LP black vinyl version. And then there is kind of an expanded colored vinyl version of this. Light blue is the color of the vinyl. It comes with a lenticular cover, and by the looks of that, a book inside of it as well. 12-page booklet, actually. So this one listing at $35. Over to the rock side of things, we've got a live album coming from Gary Moore. This is called From Beloy's Session. Double LP on blue vinyl, and the description says that some shows are just so monumentous, they pass into rock and roll folklore, such is the case with Gary Moore when he stepped onto the stage of the Beloy's Session in November of 2008. So this performance was a true one-off, showcasing one of blues rock's biggest names on one of the world's most respected stages. Now, more than 15 years later, the release of the live album resurrects the much-missed Irishman, bringing his blazing talents back into the spotlight, catching the sparks of that night and bottling a performance that stands amongst Moore's very best. Gary Moore live from Beloy's session on double LP blue colored vinyl, this one coming in at a suggested list price of $37. And then finally, on the new-ish release front, we've got Deadpool and Wolverine, the original soundtrack. Now, this is not the contemporary music. This is the score from Deadpool and Wolverine. Our description says that for the first time on physical format, coming from Mutant Records, in partnership with Hollywood Records and Marvel Studios, they proudly present the premiere physical release of Rob Simonson's score to the blockbuster event of 2024, Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine. They tell you to hold on to your chimichangas as well, because this limited edition physical release also includes the physical media debut of the show-stopping Like a Prayer, the choir version. If you're familiar with the movie, you know what that is. So Deadpool and Wolverine, the original soundtrack, the original score soundtrack, by the way, double LP on black vinyl, $42 is the suggested list price on that. Onward now to the reissues scheduled for the 23rd of May. And we have got a Record Store Day First now being reissued. This was back in April. This came out from Supergrass, I Should Coco, and they are recreating that Zoetrope LP release from Record Store Day. The description says that Supergrass, I Should Coco, the Zoetrope LP limited edition vinyl, celebrates the 30th anniversary of their #1 debut album, I Should Coco, featuring the original track list, including the global hit All Right and Caught by the Fuzz. Again, this is a limited edition reissue of that Record Store Day first release. Supergrass and I Should Coco coming to you on that animated Zoetrope vinyl. $37 is the suggested list price here. Next up, we've got a reissue of Feels Like Home coming from Norah Jones. The description says that reaching #1 again, Norah continued the dramatic rise that began with Come Away With Me with this sophomore album, originally released in 2004. The album and her duet with Dolly Parton, called Creepin' In, both earned Grammy nods, while the lead single Sunrise gave Norah yet another Grammy for her shelf. So the reissue on black vinyl of Feels Like Home from Norah Jones, coming from Blue Note Records, $30 is the suggested list price for this one. 25th anniversary edition from Echo and the Bunnymen of What Are You Going to Do With Your Life? Our description is very brief. It just says a limited blue color vinyl pressing of What Are You Going to Do With Your Life? This is the 8th studio album by the iconic post-punk band Echo and the Bunnymen, now 25 years old. Single LP on that blue vinyl, $33 is the suggested list price here. All right, next up is kind of a tricky one. This is Tubular Bells 2003 from Mike Oldfield. Now, pay attention to the description here. This album was originally released in 2003 by Warner Music Spain. Tubular Bells 2003 is the final album in the Tubular Bells series. I'm saying tubular a lot and slurring it here. So 2003's version is a re-recording of Oldfield's debut album, Tubular Bells, which was first released in 1973. So this is not a reissue of the 1973 one from Michael Oldfield, but rather a reissue of the 2003 re-recording of Tubular Bells. Okay, I think we got that out here. This one coming on kind of a light blue colored vinyl, Tubular Bells 2003 from Mike Oldfield. $25 is the suggested list price on there. I'm glad we got that straightened out. Next up, something from one of the busiest guys in the remix business. This is a Steven Wilson remix of Chicago 2. Double LP pressing on this one, and it celebrates the 55th anniversary of Chicago's multi-platinum second album, featuring, of course, iconic tracks like 25 or 6 to 4, Color My World, Make Me Smile, and many more. Remixed now by Steven Wilson from the original 16-track master tapes. This release offers unparalleled sonic clarity with a fresh perspective on a classic album from Chicago. So again, Chicago 2, the Steven Wilson remix, double LP, this one coming from Rhino Records. $35 is the suggested list price here. And finally, we have got a reissue of Thelonious himself, coming from Thelonious Monk, part of the original Jazz Classic series from Kraft Recordings. The description says, released originally in 1957, Thelonious himself is a solo album by Thelonious Monk. The only exception to this is the final track in Monk's Mood, where he is joined by John Coltrane and Wilbur Ware. The album was Monk's fourth on the Riverside label and was given a coveted 5 stars by Downbeat magazine at the time of release. So this new edition of the album is released as part of the original Jazz Classic series on 180-gram vinyl pressed at RTI with an all-analog mastering from the original tapes, and it also comes with one of those Stoughton tip-on jackets. So very cool stuff. The reissue of Thelonious himself, part of the original Jazz Classic series from Thelonious Monk, black vinyl 180-gram, coming in at a suggested list price of $39. And that will do it for a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for Friday the 23rd of May. If you're local and you see something you'd like us to pre-order, just contact us here at the store. Otherwise, if you'd like to see the full list of everything that we couldn't include in this video, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, look for the upcoming vinyl release, click on that, you'll see a PDF that lists everything that we did not get to in this video. And if you see something on that larger list, same thing goes. If you want us to pre-order something there, just contact us and we'll put in for that. So until next time, this is Jim from Radio Wasteland. You folks have a great one, and we'll talk to you next time.